All right, so start date for Maryland. I know that we're getting closer here to a real deadline in terms of a launch, and I know that this is a state that we're all going to be keeping a very close eye on for sure. Obviously their neighbors in D.C. already have everything going here.
Yeah, so Maryland's Sports Wagering Application Review Commission, a special commission created for sports wagering, obviously by the title, by the legislation that created sports wagering in 2021 in Maryland, was meeting yesterday, and they've been kind of drawing out the process, and they're the reason that it has online sports wagering in Maryland has not launched. Retail, of course, launched in December. So Marylanders can bet, just not online. There's no official timeline, but they had the Maryland Lottery and Gaming Control Agency representatives there who kind of laid out a timeline that if the regulations that the SWORC approved last month gets approved by a legislative review committee in the next 2 weeks, then online sports betting could potentially launch by the Super Bowl. So this was the first time we've actually had like a hard deadline, kind of hard timeline set out for potential launch there, where before we've just kind of been floating in the ether, just kind of guessing and hoping to know when they're going to launch. That all has a lot to do with, once the applications are released after the Legislative Review Committee approves the regulations, then the operators will have 45 to 60 days to submit their applications. And then from there, the SWARC has 45 days to review the license applications and then advance them to the Maryland Lottery, Gaming and Lottery Control. It's a whole process that I'm trying to give people an understanding of why it's taking so long. Because then after that agency reviews it, then it goes back to SWORC. And then after the SWORC finally gives final approval, then operators can get internal testing done, and then they get the final okay to go from the Lottery and Gaming Agency. So obviously it's a very kind of bureaucratic and confusing process to move forward. And this is all having a lot to do with legislative mandates for the SWORC to make sure that minority and women-owned businesses are included, and that it's a fair industry and all that. But it's been a very long process. And as you can see, it is still, a lot of hurdles to get through to hit that Super Bowl timeline.